So hello guys, this is the man BFP4F once again, back at you with another gameplay commentary. Now this gameplay you are seeing on your screen is I think one of the best gameplays for me to date, and because of this moment coming up right now, I thought this gameplay is gonna be really good. Yeah, that's right, that really nice no scope kill. I just knew it's gonna be a really good gameplay, and it turned out to be a really good gameplay. Now the gameplay was a really good gameplay, but it was 14 minutes long, and because it's 14 minutes long, you will see a lot of fast forwarding, especially at the beginning part of the gameplay. It's also on a different map than usual. I did this on purpose because I do not want to be posting a lot of Sharky and Basra or something a lot of times, and that's why I chose to go with Master. And I almost never play this map, but I think I should play this map more often because of this really good gameplay I got. It just shows how good this map is. But the reason I don't play on these maps to record is because, as I said, the gameplay was 14 minutes long. And if every gameplay is 40 minutes long, it takes a long time to fast forward everything. And I cannot commentate over a 14-minute long gameplay. But the Master is a really good sniping map, and it has a lot of great lines of sight, and it's a really nice urban map. And throughout the gameplay you will see I get a lot of really nice quick scope kills, which is very capable with this weapon. The GOL is a lot of people's least favorite sniper rifle, but it's one of my favorite sniper rifles. The GOL sniper rifle, what it has is it has a really nice projectile velocity. I think it had the third highest projectile velocity out of all bolt action sniper rifles. If you only count bolt action sniper rifles, I think it had the second highest. But if you also count in the M82A3, I think it has the third highest. The projectile velocity is 475. Now it has a really low ammo count of 4 bullets per magazine, with only 4 magazines total. 4 bullets per magazine is quite low, to be honest. It can get you to a lot of kills, but in my opinion it does need a good ammo buff, because 4 bullets is quite low and you will have to reload a lot of times. And the reload time is not particularly nice. The reload time of the weapon is around 5.75 seconds. 5.75 seconds, it's a really long reload. It might not seem like that's a really fast reload, but that it is a really slow reload, but actually it's a really slow reload. Now the rate of fire of the GOL is really weird. A lot of people, when they see the GOL and they compare it to something like the M24, will think it has a really fast, that it has a faster rate of fire. But to be honest, the M24 has a higher fire rate than the GOL. It is just really weird. I used to think that the GOL has the second fastest fire rate out of all bolt action sniper rifles. First, of course, being the L96. But when I actually checked the stats out, I saw that the M24 has a faster rate of fire than the GOL. Now, as you can see there, a really nice quick scope. From those kills right there I just knew this is gonna be a really good gameplay. This gameplay is a mix of both defensive play and offensive play. At a certain moment you will see me kinda sit back and pick people off, which is really capable with this weapon. What turns the people off about this weapon is not the reload time, not the rate of fire, but it's the damage. And the GOL is not capable of doing a one-shot headshot at longer ranges. Because of this, a lot of people really don't like the GOL, because you already go through all this trouble getting a really nice headshot on an enemy at longer range, and then you end up doing 98 damage. And that can really annoy you sometimes. In this gameplay I was using Viper Max. With Viper Max you are still not capable of doing a one-shot headshot at some enemies that have 110 HP and body armor. but you do get a headshot, one-shot headshot at long ranges most of the time if they have 100 HP. But because of this, that it does not do a one-shot headshot, a lot of people just don't go with it. I mean, they're like just a buff SV98. Like the SV98 does not get a one-shot headshot too at all ranges, and because of this, a lot of people don't really like the SV98. And just like with the GOL, a lot of people dislike it because at longer ranges you don't get a one-shot headshot. That's why I really recommend going with something like Piranha Max, Stingray Max, or Viper Max. You can go with Casket Max, but just note that you won't get a one-shot headshot at longer ranges. I think at medium range you can still get a one-shot headshot, but you will do around 102 damage or something for a headshot. And because of this, if you do 102 damage for a headshot, even at medium range, if the enemy has 110 HP, you won't kill him with a headshot. The scope of the GOL, I forgot what the zoom of the scope is, but it's around the same zoom as the M24, so I think it's around a 4x zoom. But a lot of people dislike the scope of the GOL. I'm gonna call it the GOL for now, but a lot of people dislike the scope of it just because it does not zoom in as far as they would like it to. So most people would run it with something like a ballistic ranges or a desert ballistic scope. But in my personal opinion, I love the default scope because it's just perfect for me. I can get long range kills with it if I practice enough, and the bullet drop seems almost less when using a low zoom optic, and that's really nice, and the scope really looks nice on the weapon as well. And because of all these things, I really love the default scope. I think yes, the default scopes in Battlefield play for free if you have the, what's it called, I forgot, the camera shake. If you have the camera shake up and disabled in the options, you won't have any sway whatsoever. So even if you move left to right, the scope of the gun won't move at all, so you can easily keep on target. Now that's why I really dislike scopes like the ballistic ranges, because they have scope sway. And because of the scope sway, a lot of people say yes, there's scope sway, but it's not really a problem because you stand still when you shoot the weapon. But I really get a headache when using a scope like the ballistic ranges. It just annoys me. I don't know, I really don't like the scope. I much rather have a low zoom, which I can be more aggressive with and not have to deal with the scope sway, than having a scope that can zoom in but has scope sway. And most of the time I am in close quarters, not really close quarters, a medium to close range with a sniper rifle, because I am an aggressive recon, and that's why I like the default scope so much. Now the barrel I went with was the precision barrel, for obvious reasons. The precision barrel is the best barrel for the recon class because it lowers your bullet drop, and with the precision barrel and the GOL and the default scope, the bullet drop is extremely low and you can really easily get used to the bullet drop. But just keep in mind that longer ranges, those one-shot headshots won't necessarily be there. And I forgot the unlock level of the GOL, but if you are ranked to get it and you have Viper Max or something like that, I would strongly recommend you get it. But this has been the Man at Pigify, and I'm out.